bringing the people behind our food to life.
It's always shocking that in the midst of the heat of the summer, that when July comes around, it's actually the ideal time to start planting your winter garden. So that means planting spinaches and broccolis and things like that, cabbage that are going to overwinter. Also, carrots and beets can also be planted for the winter time. The best way to start your winter garden is in these seed trays. And that reason being is when we hit the really high temperatures of August, is that these seed trays can be moved into the shade so that they don't get dried out too quickly or start to burn prior to planting them into the ground. The best way to start seeds is to have a standard seedling mix that's a very fine mixture of soil. And I always like to add a little bit of compost for additional nutrients because most potting mixes don't tend to have a lot of nutrients to them. So I added a little bit of compost already. And what I do is fill this up. I'm going to fill each cell to the top. And wipe off the excess soil. I like to make sure that all the big chunks from the compost are out. And then what I do is I like to set the soil so that all of the air pockets are out. And I set it up a little bit above the ground and I give it a drop. And you can see that the soil has settled significantly and it's ready to plant. I'm going to plant some lettuce. They're fairly small seeds. And if more than one lettuce plant comes up, that's okay. I can thin them out afterwards. But I'm just going to try to seed as sparingly as possible and get at least 2 to 3 seeds per cell. And generally, when you're seeding, seeds need to be planted at a depth of 3 times the largest diameter of the seed that you're using. It's a really good rule of thumb for seeding. Okay, put the extra ones back. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just loosely cover these so that they're approximately 3 times the depth. Some seeds like to germinate with light. Some seeds need complete darkness, and some seeds don't have a preference. So always look on your seed packet to make sure that they don't need to be sown on the surface, that they require light for germination. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to just lightly press each seed cell to make sure that there's seed to soil contact. And then give them a little sprinkle of water. It's really important not to over irrigate your seeds. So just a little bit and we're done. Make sure to check on your seed trays daily to make sure that they're not drying out. In the heat of the summer, they tend to dry up very, very quickly and will need a little bit of extra water every day.